Assalamu alaikum. Welcome everyone to Mazhar's official YouTube channel. Watch this important video about decision making today.
Hi friend, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm fine. But you don't look fine. I suspect you have some problem. Yeah, there's something on my mind. I just can't seem to decide. My grandfather is unwell. There is no one in the village to attend to him. You should leave immediately. What are you thinking about? Yes, I know. But you see, I have a client meeting today and my boss has specifically asked me to attend as he is traveling. I can't ask for leave and I don't know what to do. What should I do now? Should I attend the meeting or should I attend to my grandfather? Welcome to this module on decision making. We are impacted by the decisions we take in different situations. Some of the consequences of our decisions may not be life-changing. There may, however, be times when our decisions impact both us and the society to a great extent. In trivial situations, the consequences of your decisions may not be huge. But in certain other situations, such decisions require a good deal of thought. You will go through the course of this module, learn a stepwise method to enable decision making. By the time you complete this module, you should be able to define the term decision making, understand why making the right decision is important, explain a stepwise process to enable decision making, recognize why listing pros and cons of a particular decision helps you act, apply decision making skills to certain problems. Often, we all need to make a choice among various alternatives available. This is called decision making. For example, this girl has to make a decision whether she should study engineering, or medicine, or arts, or do something else. Decision making like the one for the girl requires considerable thought since it influences the career she chooses for herself. The boy, on the other hand, has only to decide what to choose to eat, a dosa, or a sandwich, or some fruits. This decision-making, while important, does not have a long-term influence. There are 4 steps which you could follow to make a decision. The first step is to define the problem. What exactly is the real issue? The second step is to identify possible solutions. What are the various ways in which one can react to the situation? The third step involves evaluation and comparison of each possible solution. You will have to think about your personal and family values and the impact that a particular solution would have on your life. The fourth step is to choose a solution which has the most positive outcomes. Tina and Rani are the best of friends. Both of them work at the same office. One day, Tina breaks the news of her impending marriage to Rani. Rani is extremely glad for Tina and can't wait to attend the wedding. On the day of the wedding, however, a new contract lands on the boss's desk. Rani is the only person who can do the job. Rani is in a fix. She has to decide whether she can excuse herself from the meeting and attend the marriage, or attend the meeting and forego attending the marriage, causing deep hurt to Tina. Now you have heard the story of Tina and Rani. Give yourself 10 minutes and think what you would have done had you been in Rani's place. Ponder over the following questions and try to answer them. 1. Should Rani forget about the meeting and attend the marriage? 2. Should Rani forget about the marriage and attend the meeting? 3. Should Rani talk to her boss and reschedule the meeting? 4. Is there any other way of resolving this issue? Now that you have thought about the problem of Tina, turn to your partner and discuss the problem. Try and list the possible outcomes of each decision that you take. Discuss on the outcomes of going with option 1. Rani should forget about the meeting and attend the marriage. Discuss on the outcomes of going with option 2. Rani should forget about the marriage and attend the meeting. Discuss on the outcomes of going with option 3. Rani should talk to her boss and reschedule the meeting. Okay, you have now discussed with your partner. During your self-reflection, you would have had certain thoughts. You would have to make certain choices. These are your personal choices based on what you think important. Later, you engaged in a discussion with your partner. Go over the questions for discussion again. Think about your own decisions in the context of the stories of Tina and Rani. Also think about the decisions expressed by your partner. Here, please select the most preferred outcome. Go ahead and make your choice. If you were Tina, which of the following outcomes would you be okay with?
John and Amar are the best of friends. Both of them are relatively well off. Amar is a hardworking and successful businessman. John too is in business, but lately he's not been doing well because of his bad habits. He drinks, gambles, all of which are a drain on his resources. One day John approaches Amar for a small loan. John tells Amar frankly that he wants to use the money to bet on a horse. What should Amar do? Now you have heard the story of John and Amar. Sit back and reflect over the story. Think about what you would have done had you been in Amar's place. Specifically reflect on the following questions. Should Amar loan money to John or not? Should Amar talk John into giving up betting on horses? What would be the negative and positive outcomes of the decision? Now that you have had time to reflect on the story, turn to your partner and discuss the questions. Think about the various outcomes that could emerge from the decisions.
Okay, you have now discussed with your partner. During your self-reflection, you would have had certain thoughts. You would have made certain choices. These are your personal choices based on what your thoughts were. Later, you engaged in a discussion with your partner. Review the questions that were posed. Think about your own decisions in the context of the stories of Amar and John. Also think about the decisions as expressed by your partner.
Here you are allowed to select the most preferred outcome. Go ahead and make your choice.
We have seen two cases here, that of Tina and Rani, and the other of John and Amar. What have we learned? By listing the outcomes, we can weigh the pros and cons of a decision. In the first story, what you choose would reflect on what is important to you. Most people believe work comes before play. Hence, most of you may decide that it is best for Tina to stay back and attend the meeting. However, if you believe that friendship is your foremost priority and it should come before work, then Tina should attend the wedding and skip the meeting. However, the consequences of Tina skipping the meeting are indeed bad. She might even lose her job. Decision-making in the second story is quite clear-cut. Most of us would not have wanted Amar to lend money to John. Lending him money would encourage John to go astray. There may be some people who believe again that friendship has to be maintained. Why not let John have his fun? The decisions you take clearly reflect on the values you hold dear. It is important to know all possible outcomes of your decision. That way, there are more chances of you making sound decisions.